This is what a narcissist does when they think you're their main target. Certainly, narcissists share certain distinguishing traits. They have many similar characteristics, though, and they are adept at manipulating people through the use of mind games. It is our hope that as many people as possible will learn from this video just how risky it is to spend time with narcissists. So we feel it's important to clarify that we didn't make this video just to shame narcissists. Instead, it's meant to help those who worry they may be the target of narcissism by giving them the tools they need to spot the signs. This may assist people in protecting themselves from narcissists and go on with life. Selfish, dishonest, and abusive of their own empathy are common traits among those with a narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissists' initial appeal is the most dangerous of their defects because it encourages others to be vulnerable to them. His charisma, knowledge, and eloquence shine through in initial interactions. Unfortunately, these are only short-term fixes for getting people to treat you better. You will be manipulated into taking an emotional beating and utilized as a pawn in their game. Now that I have provided you with some information, you can see that things aren't looking well. What follows are the 7 most common forms of manipulation used by narcissists to get what they want from you. Number 1. Gaslighting is their favorite game. Many people who have been in abusive relationships can relate to this idea. Gaslighting is typically carried out by narcissists. Then, how would you characterize the act of gaslighting? The goal is to subtly encourage others to examine their own assumptions about the wider world. You'll be positive you've closed the door previously, but the narcissist will have opened it on purpose. After the fact, you receive criticism for your alleged lack of caution. You're lucky to have found someone you can count on like that. The door wasn't locked, but you'll swear it was. Narcissists will insist that you have forgotten. The narcissist will deceive you so thoroughly and persuasively that you will begin to doubt your own memories and judgments. The events will be reinterpreted to suit their needs, and yours will be criticized. They were able to do this by spreading false rumors about you or making up accusations that you made statements you did not make. Number 2, they put things in order so that they work to their advantage. Narcissists seek validation from others by shifting the focus of attention onto you. The narcissist is projecting their own unpleasant feelings onto another in an effort to get rid of them. If someone is trying to influence you, they will likely make you feel responsible for the problem instead of pointing the finger at themselves. Just because you share their passions doesn't mean you won't be the target of insults, instructions, or even wrath. Really, you do have a point. This time around, everything is different. For the third, they place the blame on others. To obtain what they want from you, narcissists can sometimes resort to making you feel terrible about yourself. You sympathize with them and decide to stay by their side to lend a hand. They accuse you of being responsible for everything bad that has happened to them, and then proceed to list them off passive-aggressively. That's meant to make you feel bad, or at least give them a reason to hold a grudge against you, which will hopefully lead you to apologize. Number 4, there was complete radio silence. This is definitely the silent treatment. No one is perfect, and we've all turned our backs on others to show disapproval, rage, or hurt sentiments, even if we don't consider ourselves narcissists. A narcissist would behave in the same way, but for far more twisted reasons. They attempt to make the victim feel inferior by remaining silent. Your basic decency demands that you be given a firm hand up. In order to proceed, these are required. It doesn't matter what you did to deserve being ghosted. They still won't take you back unless you plead. 5. Narcissists acted as if they were clueless. In fact, this occurs frequently. Narcissists, it would seem, are not to be trusted with anything of worth. When it comes to trustworthiness, narcissists repeatedly fail to deliver. The problem is that they can never be made to explain why they did something wrong. They often claim they don't know anything as an excuse for their bad behavior. You'll mistakenly assume they weren't serious or were ignorant. And just when you thought things were settled and you could move on, they go and do it again behind your back. 6. Acting like a victim. Just pretend you've been around for long. Mind you, I did forewarn you that narcissists always resort to exploiting empathy as a weapon. Specifically, they engage in the actions detailed below. Most of the time, when we witness another person in distress, our first instinct is to show them kindness and sympathy. But to a narcissist, it's like putting up a sign that says, "I'm here to be used." Have they committed a big mistake or blunder then? Of course, they could have done something wrong. As far as they can tell, I committed no crimes. Their explanations always involve someone else being at fault and never themselves. Narcissists often believe that the universe is conspiring against them and that life is full of unfairness. It's another attempt to make you feel sorry for them and compel you to make a monetary or emotional contribution. 7. Losing control and having a temper tantrum. The narcissist would likely be upset if you didn't give in to their demands. Tantrums, they said in return, had officially joined the conversation. They will become hostile and abusive toward you in an effort to force you to give in. They cannot be reasoned with or compelled to modify their opinions because they are always sure they are right, and everyone who disagrees with them must be terribly wrong and therefore the enemy. Do you know someone who displays these signs? Is this really someone who doesn't give a damn about anyone but themselves? If this is the case, you should familiarize yourself with these tactics so that you can better defend yourself and, perhaps, avoid being a victim of a narcissist's abusive behavior. If you want to be left alone by a narcissist, you need to be familiar with all of their tricks. People will stop needing you if you refuse to give in to their demands. Make sure you take care of yourself and avoid needless pain. You are free to stop playing the narcissist's mental games. To be sure, a doctor should make the diagnosis. Just when a person displays some similar traits to narcissists does not prove that they are narcissistic. As a result of seeing this video, you should have picked up some new information. Click the like, share, and subscribe buttons to help us continue making new videos often. Thank you for being with us today.